second, this is not the first time he's coming out with such optimism. The reality of it is that while we do not expect 100% result, we want to see 100% effort. Is it something you can say, for example, we're reducing cost of governance? People need to see it. People need to feel it. I'll wait and see how the inflation will come down from 34 to 15%. Because the main driver of inflation, as you know, is food. On the sea rice, coming down from 100 to about 50, beans coming down, all coming down below the minimum wage, then we can begin to say yes. So it is not something you say, it is what you do and what people feel. Governance is about the feeling of the people, not you. I'm sure that what is going to be spent will be far less than what he spends to go overseas. It will be far less. And I can assure you that visiting the entire Nigeria will not cost up to a third of what he has spent in these 30 trips, just visiting Nigeria. And it is critical that he goes to, as for blocking the road and everything, I would rather he blocks everywhere in my state and stay there for 2 days, because he will feel what we are feeling. So it's better he goes to Benue, go to Zamfara and block it, but he's there so he can feel what the average person in Zamfara is feeling. As the president of a country, you must visit the place.
The second aspect is 2027. His Excellency can be Kwapaso and all of them on this major issue. Can you just tell me?
For me, what is important now is about Nigeria today. We are so occupied about election, just like we're so occupied about power capture, that we refuse to deal with our issue. We have people who are dying because of a bags of rice, half bag of beans. People are dying. We've just lost several people. I was in IDP camp yesterday. I was in hospital yesterday, where we don't have basic things. And I'm talking about 2027. That's not what I'm preoccupied with. I'm not preoccupied by what I said, the urgency of today. Let people put food on their table. Let there be medical care in our primary health care.
Okay, lastly, His Excellency, barely 1 year after the 2023 elections, the third force is dismantled, and there is no effective governance without opposition, a strong opposition in the country. And with the way things are going, do you think Nigeria is having a headway? And how do you think any person from the opposition, even where you have the brain, the intellectual, the ability, even in your common, to play out all the things in government, how can you emerge as a leader of the country? Secondly, the arrest of Faroutini. What does this have to do with our democracy? Don't you think it will affect the democracy in Nigeria?
Well, I want us to sit down one of these days and talk about the opposition and how the opposition will be effective. Our democracy is faulty. It wasn't designed to support the opposition. Oppositions here are actually in difficulty. If I tell you what I face, what I go through, what my family go through, you wouldn't even believe I will still be standing and going around this country. But I've made up my mind that if this is the end, so be it. Because we can't allow the country. It is difficult to be in opposition in this country. Extremely difficult. because everything is against you. People don't even want to see you. They don't even want to talk to you. I see colleagues that greet them at the airport, they don't even want to reply because they feel they don't want the government of the day to see you or see them greeting you. Your businesses, everything you're involved is being dismantled. That is not a country. We need to show more commitment to the future of our country. None of us is going to live here forever. So we must build a better society for our children. And to build it, some of us will take the risk. That is the part of what Dele and Co. also going through. And not just him, every person, even the oppositions, the local government level, at state level, everywhere, are going through that. So for me, we are actually doing a lot if we're doing everything on our own.
All right, lastly, for me, Your Excellency, those two things. We've seen you and the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar going around having a series of meetings. People are optimistic that maybe something in form of a merger or so will come out of this. And then, lastly, President Tinubu insists that his tax reforms must go on, and the tax reform bills are here to stay in his last presidential media chat. Despite that, governors are saying that there should be more consultation and other leaders of the country, while the former Senate President is saying that there's serious hunger, and Lume is saying that some traditional rulers should not just take the content of the tax reform bills just by the face value. What would you advise on these two?
Well, on issue of tax, there's a lot of stories. I've said it, everybody knows my stand on it. There should be very wide and detailed consultation. It should be widely and publicly debated. Government have consistently maintained that our tax to GDP, tax to this is very low. You've seen it every day. And I said it's wrong. Tax is a function of productivity. The country is unproductive. So are you going to tax 100 million Nigerians that are living in extreme poverty? Are you going to tax those people I saw in IDP camps yesterday? Are you going to tax the factories that are shut down in Kano? Go to Bompai, go to Shradan 1, Shradan 2. Where are you going to tax? Tax is a function of productivity. When the country is productive, people are gainfully employed, then you can tax them. And we can generate more tax. What we need now is to reflect the country, make it productive, and then we can talk about generating more revenue. Thank you.
Then talk on the merger.
On issue of the merger, like you said, let me assure you, what is on the table now is that everybody who means well should come together to get the country to work. There's a lot of, call it, lies. There's a lot of propaganda. There's a lot of, trying to, bamboozle the people going on here and there, which has to stop. Let's build this country. Let me say it again. None of us is going to be here forever. Those who did it yesterday are no longer here. But if you look at the country, it's collapsing every day. I saw 1,500 kids yesterday, not in school. And I did ask 3 of them, do you want to go to school? They say yes. What are we doing?